To get started, we're going to go over the $650 worth of product that we purchased from the Home Depot. No, it's not sponsored. Everybody always asks me, is it sponsored? No, it's not. We paid for this out of our own money. So what we got is a few of these paint roller kits. These are pretty good kits, it seems. We're going to paint this entire house. We got a new Ryobi 3X 1 Plus lithium battery. This was $100. These weren't that expensive. I keep thinking these were like, oops, there went the scraper or the paint stirrers. These were like $10. We got some scrapers. These are going to be necessary. We got one heck of a stir tool for the paint, like $5. This blade, however, was $25, man. We're going to be doing some putty. So we got some cheap disposable putty blades or knives or whatever you want to call them. Lots of wasp and hornet killer. We got 6 bottles of this. Coming over here, a tape measure just because I forgot mine. This is a semi-smooth to semi-rough surface premium one-coat latex oil paints, which is great, 9/16 of an inch nap. We got joint tape. We're going to be using this in the back room. We got lots of tape to try to tape off, prevent painting over, which I don't even know how much of this we're going to need, to be honest with you. I'm not overly concerned with getting a little bit of paint. This is a cheap house. We're just trying to make it look better so it feels more like home. Now, some paint and patch, 30-minute dry time, spackle. This is where the money is right here. This was $250. This is the good stuff. The guy at the counter was like, wow. You know, we're painting a cheap house with some of the most expensive paint that I could find. This is Behr Marquee One Coat Hide Guarantee, lifetime warranted, scrubbable interior semi-gloss enamel with its advanced stain blocking paint and primer. Now look, I know it's expensive paint. There are some things that I am not willing to cheap out on. I know a lot of you think I'm a very cheap guy, and that's true. I prefer to call it thrifty. I'm thrifty. But yes, I'm a fairly cheap individual, but there are some things you don't want to cheap out on. Interior paint is one of them. I could buy tons of primer and go over these walls. There's stains. I mean, these walls are just disgusting. They're patched up. You got some places like this that have green paint underneath. Like I said, we're not going for perfection here. Look at this. You can see clearly the different the different colors, right? And look at the ceiling. My God. Like, the ceiling's got to get painted too. This wall needs a lot of patchwork. Big hole here, littler holes there, somebody banged into it, knocked into it there. And then we got holes from nails and pictures all over the walls that we got to take care of. This whole wall right here was replaced. This ceiling was replaced. So what I've decided to do is, instead of going through the trouble of painting the ceiling white, painting the walls, and doing all this and that, no. We're going to paint the whole house, including ceiling, one color. I picked a very nice, warm color that I think is going to fit very well in this house. We got a measure for square footage. We've got the Home Depot is going to send some people out to do a final measurement after I do a kind of a preliminary measurement. Looks like the carpeting, I went with a fairly expensive pad. The pad is like this thick. It's a Tempur-Pedic pad. It's insulated. It's waterproof. It will not absorb water. It's not going to hold on to mold or anything like that. It's a very expensive and very thick pad, but I went with some cheap carpet. The carpet I picked out was like $2.19 a square foot or something. We've also got a measure for them to come in and install. Probably, it's not linoleum tile. It's like what's it called? Clock lock or something? I don't know, guys. I don't know. But the carpeting they install for free. If you buy the carpet and pad from them, they install it for free. So the whole house is getting new carpeting. But before we can get into that, we got to get the walls patched up, and we got to get the walls and ceiling painted. We don't want to be painting when we have brand new carpet and brand new $2 a square foot tile. So we got Nick in here. He's helping to clean up. We got some wasps in the house. We do have some issues. We got to get these holes closed up in the attic space here. And I'm probably going to end up calling an exterminator to come out here and handle the wasp situation. So I guess to get started, we got so much to do. It's hard to pick a spot to actually get going in. But I think I'm going to start in these back rooms. What I did forget is I forgot to buy paint for this. This isn't even trim. This is someone just took some wood and threw it up there. That's fine. We'll paint it too. Whatever. I think we got some eggshell white in here that we might be able to use. Yes, we do, and it's bare, so we'll probably use that for the trim. Will be kind of like an eggshell white. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to get started probably in this room. This room needs the least amount of work. We got to pull these command strips off of the walls here. A little bit of cleaning. Probably should try peeling that out as well. I'm kind of afraid to, though. It's funny, I don't see it over here. Okay, so we've got somewhere right here. It looks like where it starts. Yeah, that is on there real good. Boy, oh boy. It's pink underneath. This is going to be fun, but we're going to get started painting in this room because this room needs the least amount of work. We're going to paint the ceilings. We're going to paint the walls. And like I said, we're not worried about the floors or anything because this is all going to be covered in carpet eventually. Let's see how good this stain block and this guaranteed hide paint and primer works from Behr, because as you can see, we got some dark colors that have been scribbled on the walls here. So this should be a lot of fun. Let's get to it. So what I've actually decided to do is start closing up some of these holes. These are massive gaps that lead up to the attic, and I ain't having it. Now that one that I just showed you, we're gonna close it up permanently with, I think it's 3/4 inch, 3/4 inch plywood. This one is temporarily closed up with some extra sheetrock that was sitting back here. I just went up there and stuck those pieces up there. It's better than letting all the heat out or letting a bunch of bugs in or anything that might be up there. That is a very temporary fix. I'm probably gonna put some hinges up there, probably go back with the same thing, 3/4 inch plywood with some hinges, paint it, and try to make it, frame it in a little bit, put some trim around it or something, make it look a little bit nicer. So what we're gonna do right now is we need for this room in here, this is gonna be a more permanent solution. It's not gonna be pretty, but like I said before, this isn't about being pretty. This is about being quick, cheap, and easy. I'm on a mission to get this done as soon as possible, and anything we don't like, we can always go back later and clean it up. All right, we've got our piece of particle board / plywood, whatever you want to call it, cut. Now we're simply going to nail it up here. I was hoping we could actually put like a door here, an access door, but of course we got this beam going here, and you can't cut that. So we're just going to put it around the perimeter here, and we'll probably dress it up a little bit later, or maybe we won't. I don't know. It's not really that important. Again, cheap and easy is the name of the game. Let's get that thing up there and close off this last big gaping hole in the house. That's what she said. So she ain't pretty, but she'll do. Like I said, this is all about just trying to get this done as quickly and cheaply as possible. I know it looks pretty bad, but for right now, we're just trying to close up these gaps. We'll paint over all this. It'll look a lot better with some paint on it. It's not going to look great, but it'll look better with some paint on it. And we're just using leftover materials that we're finding laying outside the house, in the house, all around the house. We're just taking leftover stuff. We're trying to patch this house together with it. This is going to go. We will be putting in all new fixtures and stuff. Now that we got that done, I think we can get to actually starting to put some paint on this room. So hopefully you remember what it looked like a little while ago. This paint truly goes a long way. I know it's getting dark and it's hard to see in here, but I'm telling you, this paint goes a long way. Not only have we almost completely finished this room, got a cut it in a little bit around the corners, not too much, and around the vents and stuff. All these light fixtures are going. I don't care too much about these, but I don't want to paint these. But anyway, we've got the ceiling, we've got the walls, and this is literally the first coat. The only portion I haven't painted is back here because we got a bunch of stuff in here. So there's just this one little section right here that needs painted. Not only have we painted this room in one coat, remember, this wall was covered in crayons. This wall was covered in crayons. This paint is phenomenal. I can't, we've used, what is this? About maybe 2/3, maybe a little less than 2/3, but not only have we done almost that entire room on 2/3 of a can, but we've also had Nick in here painting, and he's never painted before. It's his first time, and he's managed to he's managed to do all of this and a little bit over here on what I gave him here, just a tad bit of paint right there, and he's managed to get all that done. Wow, good job, Nick. Good job, dude. Tim's working on pulling tacks out of the floor in here. That's a tedious job, man. There's so many tacks, staples in this floor, which is ridiculous. You're not supposed to staple down carpet, but that's what they did, man. They stapled down carpet. Look, Tim's got a little tool chest here. What do we got in here? We got some natural light. Tim got a little bit of beer. He should have put some ice in the toilet and put the beer in the toilet. It's a brand new toilet. It's never been used before.
Don't say that.
I got to give a big thank you and shout out to Tim and Nicholas here for helping out today. I'm going to continue on. We got more to paint, and I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to worry about. I know it seems like I probably do things a little bit backwards, and you're right, I probably do. And I also know that I'm no contractor. I'm not a painter. All right, I know. You know what's that they say? The jack of all trades is the master of none. Is that what it was, Tim? Or the jack of all trades is the ace of none? I can't remember. Anyway, I would be like the jack of all trades. I know just enough about just about everything to get things done, but I don't know everything about everything. So I think we're doing a good job. This is just a cheap, quick house to get put together, make it look a little nicer cosmetically, and then see if we can convince the missus to move into it. I'm not sure that's going to happen, but we're going to continue painting. We'll come back here in a little bit. Let's see how much more we get done before the night's over. Now, something that I want to talk about real quick is a dash cam safety, because I have been driving, well, it's been about 1,000 miles a week going down to this house, coming back and running, miscellaneous errands for, you know how it goes, going to the store to get parts or something you forgot. It takes a while. So I don't know if it's just me. I'm sure it's not, but I've noticed that drivers seem to be increasingly more daring, crazy, and stupid. I've had a few close encounters, and I already have a dash cam in my Chevy Cruze, but it's about 2 years old now, and I started looking around for a dash cam that was a little bit newer, had a little bit better technology, and I came across a company called Nexar. Now, I want to be very specific about this. They did not pay me for this review, okay? Now, they did send me the camera for free. And there it is. It looks like a little egg, right? Free camera, 1080, full HD. It took me maybe 10 minutes to install this bad boy. It remote syncs to your phone, works with Android or iOS. And so far, I am very impressed with it. I'm going to put some footage of me driving around on the highway right now so you can take a look at the camera quality. Doing 90.
Oh shit.
How's it going?
All right, how you doing?
Doing great.
Okay. Mr. Sheriff.
Yep.
Deputy Thompson.
Yep.
I'm trying to ignore you. Did you not hear whenever I bumped my siren a few seconds ago?
No, I can't hear anything with the wind blowing in my ear.
I got you. Well, here's the deal, okay?
Yeah.
What's the speed limit on this road?
70?
No.
I just bought a house here. I have no idea.
Okay. Well, it's 65.
Okay.
The only place it's 70 is on the interstates.
Okay.
All right? And it's damn sure not 90 or 95,
Yeah.
which is what I paced you at.
All right.
Well, luckily, I ain't got time to play with you. I've actually got somebody that needs my help I got to go get to, but you kept me from getting there. So how about you obey the speed limit?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry. Thank you. It actually has a great video quality. I really love the camera. So again, not paid, but I figured I'd share this with you folks in case any of you have these commutes where you're feeling like you might die at any second on the highway here. At least you can have some protection, some peace of mind if you're in an accident. You know, this is a great little camera. Easy to use, very streamlined. I mean, it's real intuitive. You simply play, it's basically plug and play. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's actually been like 2 or 3 days since I recorded the very first portion of this very video for you guys. A lot has been going on around here. I don't even remember where we left off on the video other than we've been painting. What a chore. Now, to give you an idea, this is the difference between before and after. Now this is fresh, it's wet. I did this section first, so it's drying first. That's why this side is darker. I literally just did that, and this is still drying. It always goes on darker. It's going to require more than one coat in here. I mean, look at the walls, okay? This is going to require a lot of work, but we're starting to get some color in it. Well, I don't know if I want to call it color. Oh, the phone's ringing. Okay, anyway, we've got some nice bright white. I ended up going with a different paint. I'll show you guys. We've done this wall. This is the very first coat. We've got an odor stop machine. This is a 3500 UV. It's actually got these cartridges in the back. We're going to run this. This is for 2,500 square feet. It's got 3 of these odor stop cartridges that slide in like an old disk drive in an old classic computer. At least that's what it reminds me of. Just slide them in there, put your filter on. We're going to run this for about 12 hours while we're gone, leave the air conditioning on recirculate. But here is this room. You guys remember we started this room, it was kind of this brown color. And I changed my mind. Now we're on coat number 2, unfortunately, because I decided to paint it brown first, or not brown, but more like a mocha. Painting it mocha caused some problems. When you go to repaint it with white, that's an issue. So what I've done is I've gone with this PPG Timeless. Now this is a 1-coat paint, but unfortunately, because of how dark this room was, there's no way to cover that in 1 coat, none at all. So we're working on coat number 2 right now. This is good stuff. I went with a pure white semi-gloss, and I decided we're gonna do the trim in this kind of light mocha color. I think that's gonna look a lot better. So here's an idea of what an almost finished product will look like. This room has 1 coat on the cutting in, which is up here. Places that I couldn't get a roller, you gotta get a brush. This is the very first coat. 1 coat around the edges, obviously. 1 coat inside the windowsills, and 1 coat along the upper portions of the baseboards. Same thing up here around the tops of the walls and in the corners. But this is the 2nd coat of paint on the walls, and I know it's not particularly bright in here, and I do apologize about that, but hopefully it comes out good enough on camera that you can see what this looks like. The ceiling is painted. I think that semi-gloss looks really nice. Now I know this house is never going to look perfect. I'm an amateur. My brother's an amateur. We're just trying to take something old and freshen it up, make it look a little bit better. We got a lot of parts on the list. Home Depot came out, they measured, it's gonna cost $6,000, but for $6 grand, they're gonna come in and put carpet over all of this, new tile in the kitchen, the dining room, I mean, basically the entire house, closets, everything, new carpet, new tile, $5,800 is what that's gonna cost. So as soon as we can get this painting done, we can get them started on, you know, coming in and getting the carpet and the tile done. It's really coming along. I mean, it takes vision. This isn't something you want to jump into and expect to see immediate results. There's a lot of work involved, a lot of money involved. Oh, and one more thing. I almost forgot. We got something the other day. My John Deere came in, and I was actually able to put it to work immediately. Oh, crap, it's raining. Oh, that's nice. Anyway, take a look out here, man. I mowed as much as I could. There's only so much I can mow because of all the sticks and all the wood. We got a lot of this crap to get out of here. And I know you can't really see it, but there's the new Deere, man. The E160 48-inch. I think it's a 24 horsepower. Yeah, 24 horsepower, ready start. Well, it's the John Deere Extended Life series. And it's got that 30-second oil change, which you can't see. But basically all the oil is in the filter, and you just change the filter and you're good to go. Surprisingly, it's been raining for a couple days, and there's no water in the shed at all. I'll show you around the front real quick. And I'm gonna get out of this rain, and then we're gonna call it a day. We got that new dumpster, which is much bigger, and we're working on filling it up already. But here's what I managed to mow. You can see it. I mean, I came out here and I knocked it out, man. That's the fire pit we still got to clean up. I can't mow any of this because we got tree limbs and everything in the way. I got to get a weed eater over there. But I mean, we mowed as much of this as we could, and got the front yard knocked down some. I just bought a mulch kit for the mower. I think that'll help things out a little bit. I think it's really starting to look, it's looking better. It really is. I'm gonna worry about getting some paint on the outside later on down the road when we're done. And a lot of you said we should stick with the metal roof, and you may be right. You know, maybe we will keep the metal roof after all. We'll see how that goes. But as you can see, you know, we pick out a paint and I buy it only to decide later on that that's not the paint we're going to use. There's a lot to be done. But all in all, it's really coming together. I want to give a big shout out to my brother for coming out here. We've been out here every day. Every day. We come out here and spend about 12 hours here a day, and it's an hour drive here plus an hour drive home. It's a lot. But I want to thank all of you for watching, because without you watching, these videos wouldn't be possible in the first place. So thank you to all of you. And hopefully next time we come back, we're going to have more progress. Hopefully the painting will be done, and maybe we'll get started on the carpet install, the carpet tile, or maybe the carpet tile will be done by then. I love this pure white paint. I really do. It's beautiful. There's nothing like the smell of a house with fresh paint. And I know a lot of you wanted me to not go with carpet. I am going with carpet. I went with the Tempur-Pedic padding, which is going to be really comfortable. I went with a nice color carpet. I think you're going to like it. And with that, we're going to end this video because I need to get back to painting. I'm really excited. And you see what I mean when I'm talking about cutting in? You see these edges up here that are still brown? Yeah, this room's only had one coat done on that, so we got more of that to do. I am going to get out of here, but please do me a favor. If you enjoy this content, give the video a big thumbs up. Share the video on Facebook, MySpace, Twitter, wherever. I appreciate you sharing the video, absolutely. Comment below what you think. I think the pure white was the right color. It really just, once we get new light fixtures and stuff hung in here, this place is going to be brightened up. It's going to be really nice. I think the white's going to make it look a little bit bigger. I think the dark colors made it look a little smaller. I think when Home Depot came out and measured, we got the square footage of the house. Total square footage is around 1,800 and something, 18 and change. I'll have to give you the actual measurements later, but it's somewhere around 1,800 square feet in this house of livable, usable space. All right, guys, stay safe out there. I'm going to catch you all very soon in the next one.